But first, it's not everyone's idea of the perfect honeymoon. But for newlyweds Kelly Brook and Jeremy Parisi, an invite to take part in Celebrity Race Across the World seemed like the perfect solution. I mean, what could possibly go wrong? There were many years when I got married when we used to have what we called our first row. We've had it many, many times. I think they're in the hotel, so you're trying to save money, you're trying to get, you know, across South America. You were not happy.
I was absolutely fuming because Jeremy, he was like, if he could have raced across the world alone, he would have done. Like, he was just so far ahead of everyone the whole time, wasn't you?
And I remember when the concierge gave me the form to put Kelly's name. So Jeremy, Kelly. Now, Kelly, you need to sign. And Kelly was not here. She left. She went to see the other hotel. Yeah. And I was like, oh my God, where is she?
The thing is, Jeremy was so in the right because even like 20 euros difference, in my mind, like, it's just, it wasn't that much for that much more comfort. But Jeremy, he was managing all the finances, all the money. I had no money the whole time. If I wanted to go to the toilet, I had to ask for 10p from him because all the bus stations charged you. So he really was on top of all the financials.
Well, he knew that, you know, you couldn't have gone to the loo twice if you'd have had the other,
exactly.
hotel.
Oh, I know. Honestly, and it was the hardest thing I've ever done in my life.
So when you set off, I mean, you're obviously full of the joys of spring, full of hope it was all going to be lovely. Jeremy, from your point of view, you clearly, I mean, you are a judo black belt, you are a sporting competitor. You don't park that, do you, when you're doing something like this? I mean, that's, you've got to win. Was that what it was?
Well, it's what I say to Kelly, if we go, at least we need to give our best. And I didn't want to have regret, but yeah, I'm really competitive. I love the feeling, you know, like, to give your best. Like, I just love this, yeah.
He goes to me, I was on the loser team. You're not a team player. We had so many rows. I mean, you saw just a little. I mean, it's honestly, you know, you're a married couple. Like, the biggest conversations you have are like, who's walking the dog today? What you're going to have for dinner? Like, who's putting petrol in the car? So to have these, like, big conversations about, you know, where you're going to travel next, how you're going to get there, it's just completely out of our comfort zone. It tested us so much.
And also the isolation of not having a mobile phone, and not having communication. Now, you're good on languages, though, Jeremy. How many languages do you speak?
I speak like French, Italian, English, and before race I learned some of Spanish and Portuguese.
Just a bit, then.
No, just a few sentences, just to where is the taxi, where is the bus station.
Yeah.
But well, there was one moment in particular where you did get your own way. The man's a saint, isn't he? I mean, he's a saint.
He just wanted to get rid of... He just literally wanted me to just go away for the whole bus journey and have a break.
I mean, you see, you're cross with him when he wouldn't give way. You're cross with him when he does give way. I'm with you, I understand.
You can't win with
Mars,
me.
Venus, Mars.
I lost every day.
I can't tell you how many people come up to us in the shopping centre and they're like, Jeremy, I'll be just like you. And then the women are like, I'll just be like you. Or the other way round.
It's so funny.
We have some women that are more like Jeremy. Like, it's so interesting, like relationship dynamics and how relatable it is because, you know, we live very separate lives, even though we're married, and we make big decisions separately. So to just come together in those situations, oh my God, it was so testing.
But it's been rather an interesting turnaround for you because you're terribly well known in this country, Kelly, and I've been for years, sort of Big Breakfast and your radio stuff. Jeremy, less so, but now I gather the tables are turning. Tell me the story about the taxi driver.
Oh, it was so funny. We were out shopping one day. And
this is after the programme.
This is after the programme was aired, and obviously Jeremy always jokes. He's lived in the UK for 10 years now. We've been together, haven't we? And he always jokes. He goes, "When I stand next to you, I'm just invisible," because people will gravitate towards people that are more well known. They recognise you. They want to chat to you, and you sometimes would feel a little bit kind of, I don't know, sidelined a little bit.
Invisible.
But yeah, invisible. So he would make a joke.
It's called the Invisibles Club. In most TV partnerships, there is a member of the Invisibles Club who's the other one.
It's a weird thing, and so, but you're used. But now, I'm the invisible one, and everyone is just making a beeline for Jeremy. And I hear people go, "That's Jeremy, that's Jeremy, that's Jeremy from Race Across the World." And they will just like scream out the window. So there was a cab driver who was like, "Jeremy, I thought you should have won." And I've looked around, and Daniel Craig is standing next to him, who he was just on a mobile phone. Everyone was ignoring Daniel Craig, and everyone was screaming at Jeremy and running up to Jeremy. He was just on the high street randomly walking.
He was with the hat and sunglasses.
Well, I mean,
He
you were getting more attention than Daniel Craig. I said, "That's it, you're a fully blown celebrity now." He's mortified.
That's a good one here. Who needs James Bond?
I know. That's
Jeremy,
so
let's
funny.
learn a little bit more about you, because I'm slightly confused. Your family has olive groves in Italy, but there's the French connection as well. So tell me about your family. And...
So all my family come from Italy.
Yep.
And my granddad moved to France, to Paris, after the Second World War to work, because Italy is a poor country.
Yeah.
And so I grew up in France. And my blood is Italian. So I've got two countries.
And a very good French accent.
And a lovely French accent.
Yeah, I mean, he speaks perfect English, really. He only puts this accent on for the ladies, really.
It's a message, actually.
So you've acted as well?
I did some acting, yeah. I work in some French TV show, soap. Yeah, I love everything,
It's
to
like
be
the
honest.
French Hollyoaks, isn't it?
Yeah,
Your show.
I did one season of
Yeah,
this, yeah.
you did.
Wonderful.
I know, he's so shy and like
But
demure.
You was very much like yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. Complete opposite.
But we see you popping up in acting. I seem to remember you in a Marple, weren't you? In a
Miss Marple, yeah.
But we also got you in something that you did in the States. This is you in something called Smallville.
Just remember, keep your friends close and the quarterback closer.
Always the hopeless romantic, Lex.
Victoria?
I'm sorry, am I interrupting?
Clark Kent, this is Victoria Hardwick, a very old friend. Hey.
Champagne.
How close are you gonna keep her? I'll catch up with you later, Clark. Want a private tour?
I thought you'd never ask.
Oh, Kelly at her sultry best in Smallville there, smouldering.
fun.
I mean, that was proper smouldering,
That
wasn't
was.
it? Do you enjoy film acting and TV
I loved
acting?
it. I loved moving to Los Angeles and working as an actress. It was great.
How long were you there for?
Oh gosh, off and on for probably 10 years. 10 years, yeah.
what a career.
Yeah, it was really quite something, and you know, you never knew where you were going to end up. So we filmed Smallville actually in Vancouver, so I spent a lot of time in Canada.
Yeah.
And when I met Jeremy, it was actually, that was the only thing you knew me from, was it, was Smallville?
Yeah, when we met, you messaged me. I did not know who Kelly was, because I was in France, and I checked on Wikipedia and I saw Smallville, and I'm a big fan of Smallville. I love it. I said, wow, my God, it's amazing.
So what made you text him? How did you get in touch?
It was the martial arts. We were both studying martial arts at the same time, and I'd seen like a photograph of Jeremy, and I kind of, you know, was doing some research on, you know, where to study. I knew about the Gracie Jiu-Jitsu camp in Los Angeles. I was going there quite a lot, doing some self-defense classes, and we just started like chatting about judo, fitness, diets, things like that. And
Recovery, everything.
Yeah, so we were kind of friends for about 6 months, because I was living in Los Angeles and Jeremy was living in Paris.
And now you're both firmly based in this country, so you're living here now?
Yeah, absolutely.
Countryside or town?
So we actually were living in the countryside for the first 5 years of our relationship. We were living in a Wilden Hall home, which I'd renovated from. I bought it when I was like 25, and I'd renovated this house. And when I bought it, it was an apple and pear farm. And over the years, the apple trees got quite old, and so we were just juicing the fruit. And then it just became an extension of the garden. So Jeremy moved to Kent. And we stayed there for 5 years. We did a lot of gardening. We was always out in the garden, weren't we? And obviously, because Jeremy's family are olive oil farmers, he has that kind of connection to nature as well. And we loved it, but we just felt like we needed to kind of be more in London for work. I think it was quite difficult for Jeremy to kind of move to the UK and be so isolated. So we moved to London full-time last year and not looked back.
So Sundays, presumably, for the two of you, both of you have been quite busy. Special day Sunday, then, presumably?
Oh, Sunday for us. I work on the radio 6 days a week at the moment. And so Sundays for us is what? What do we do?
Food.
Food.
We eat a lot.
This is a family
Okay,
based
I'm
on
trying to
food.
sell him the Sunday roast. It's
Yeah.
taken a long time because you're used to what, lasagna?
Like all Italian dish, like pasta, lasagna,
Yeah.
tiramisu.
Yeah.
He's like, what is this? Sticky toffee pudding? Like, what is sticky toffee pudding?
What do you eat for Christmas dinner then? What's Christmas dinner in France?
Well, your mother and father did a cockerel one year,
Yeah,
didn't they?
yeah, yeah.
That was
A
delicious.
capon. We had a capon when I was a boy, I remember.
Oh,
I remember
delicious.
asking my father what a capon was. It's Sunday morning. And my father, who was a plumber, I never really heard him say anything to him. He said, it's a castrated cockerel. Oh,
It was
appetising.
It is though, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's big.
Yeah.
Big old. Yeah. So we have cockerel. What else do we have?
Well, my mother like to do a nice starter with like prosciutto.
Yeah.
Oh.
And,
Christmas Eve is big in France, isn't it? You kind of their Christmas Eve is like a Christmas day for
Yeah,
us.
yeah.
So lots of fish, lots of oysters, seafood, things
Oysters.
like that.
Just food, don't really.
Lots of food.
Will you ever work together again, or has Celebrity Race Across the World rather put a paid to that?
We love working together, don't we, Jeremy?
no, we came back very. Well, I came back happy.
Yeah.
And no, we didn't have one regret doing this.
No, we didn't. I
No,
mean,
it
look,
was
we're
amazing.
there,
It
we
was
are
amazing.
there for 6 weeks. You know,
Yeah.
there's a lot of bus rides, there's a lot of things. Obviously, you get to see like the most tense moments,
Yeah, you don't
but-
see it.
which is normal. But on the whole, we actually loved the experience. It was absolutely fantastic. I'm really worried about next year, like what we're gonna do to kind of
We
to
found
top
something.
that.
Yeah, yeah.
It's gonna be really hard.
Whatever else you do, give her a decent bed for the night. for goodness sake. Quiet life. Yeah.
If we do something else like no budget, like go
Happy
with
wife.
credit
We
card.
say in the UK, happy wife, happy life.
Okay.
That's a new phrase.
We go with credit card next time.
I'll be offering my next marriage counselling service next.
Oh, is that what this is?
Next Sunday, yes. Couples therapy here every Sunday morning. Thank you to Kelly and to Jeremy. Thank you both very much indeed.